Well, welcome back to the channel. And you join me and Chris on a rather blustery Chesil at Abbotsbury. And it's about an hour before high and it's 8:30 in the morning. The sea's got a very strong colour to it. We've got a southeasterly wind, which is due to increase as the day goes on, but currently it looks very fishable. We've got with us some Bristol Channel lug, some rag, some fresh blacks and some squid. So we're going to be fishing short pulleys, probably up the hook size a bit today, so maybe size 2.0s, pennelled. And I'm eager to get out there because it looks very, very good. Certainly at its most fishable over high, which it sort of is now, it might get more difficult over low. So I'll get tackled up, get out there, and we'll join you shortly. Right then, first cast, 6-ounce gripper, pulley, Bristol Channel lug. Right, let it get bedded down. Not so important just now, but certainly when the waves increase over low, it's going to be important to keep the rod really high and out of the shingle. So rod nice and high. You get tightened down to it. If you get slack, you've got to keep gently tightening into keep that bend in the rod tip. But currently that looks absolutely perfect. I was wondering if it was going to be a one rod day, but currently at the moment I'm sure I can get another rod out there quite happily. The tide's going to be pulling very strongly to the left for the next couple of hours. Right, let's get the other rod out. There's about a dozen anglers on the beach, most of them down towards the car park. We've walked just short of the teeth. And we're only going to fish until it gets dark. We're not going to fish the night. There'll be plenty of fish about, hopefully, in the daylight hours. Load of slack line there. Load of slack line. There's a fish. Just getting the second rod ready to go out. There's a reasonable fish, I think. Getting it through that wave is the tricky bit. Oh, this one. What's that? A cod, first cast. Well, look at that. Well, that's a good start. Hooked in the scissors. Well, let's hope that's the first of a few. Right, so that was very nice codling first cast. So this is the other rod which I was just about to cast out when I saw I had all that slack line. Because this has got two big rag on it and a tip of squid. So I'll get that one out while I rebait the other rod. Yeah, I just looked round and the rod just bounced in the rest, and yards of slack line, a fantastically typical cod bite. Both rods out now. It's an hour before high. Oh, and there's a bite. Look at that one. I hope you saw that on camera. That was a great bite. It's on the rag. That's only been out a minute. Yeah, he's definitely there. Let's get him around this wave if I can. Ah. Oh, I thought that was another cod. Never mind. Whiting. There's certainly plenty of fish out there at the moment, that's for sure. Feel like a cod? Was it a good bite? Yeah. I would say conditions are pretty well down on perfect at the moment, aren't they? It is difficult to know. Is that a cod? Dogfish. Ah! It's just going to be a case of fishing through the other stuff and getting the odd codling, I think. There's a lot of fish out there at the moment. Right, single black. No squid on it. I just think that's going to attract all the whiting and eels and things. Well, it's a biter cast at the moment. Whether that will last or not, I'm not sure. Half an hour before high. So far we've had a codling, about 6 whiting, an eel, a couple of pout, and that's in about 35 minutes. This feels like a better fish. I don't think it's a whiting. That's another cod. That's a better size, that one, isn't it? There we are, guys, cod number 2. That was on rag, so they're not being fussy today. We've got one on rag and one on blow lug. So prospects are excellent for plenty of fish today. Conditions are pretty well perfect, I have to say. So let's keep going. Well, a really good start to the session. Plenty of fish. The waves have definitely got bigger, the wind's increased. Have to get the rods even higher. And just a word of warning, there is, for every 7th or 8th wave is a real biggie. And if you're new to Chesil, just be aware of that. You know, it's a dangerous place. I certainly wouldn't fish even in conditions like this on my own. I just think it's too dangerous. Always have someone with you, and always keep watching the sea, don't turn your back on it. But yeah, it's going to get harder to fish, I think, as we get down towards low. But currently eminently fishable. Feels like a good fish. Well, we're currently in that lull between high water and low where there's not much tide running, so bites have slowed down a bit, but we've had a lot of whiting and pout, dogfish, eels, and those couple of codling. The 2 codling weren't caught very far out, only about 50 yards. I don't think there's a lot to be gained by blasting both rods to the horizon. I tend to fish one in and one out when it's like this. And I say the 2 codling were on the closer in one. Fancy catching a gurnard in this sea. It's bizarre, isn't it? Yeah, they are lovely fish. But it's 12:30 now. The bites have sort of dried up, and then, oops, come here, son. Along comes another codling, just out of the blue. Lug and squid. The rods have been pretty motionless for about an hour, but there we go. And the sun's come out. What could be nicer? Catching codling on Chesil Beach in the sun. And he's absolutely swallowed that. Yards of slack on this one. Yards. It's got to be a codling, surely. don't know. It's hard to tell in this wave whether it's a fish or not. Here's a big wave, get him in on this. Oh, so tricky. No, next one. Come on. God damn it. This one. Oh yes. Another codling. Well, it's most undemocratic today because that's my fourth and Chris hasn't had one yet. But there's days when he catches and I don't, so there you go. Some big rafts of weed coming in now, I don't know if you can see them. Huge, I hope they're not going to be a problem. Unfortunately we've now got wind with tide, so it's going to be a bit tricky. Yeah. There's some big rafts of weed out there now, look at those. Well, it's about time you caught one. Not democratic, but there you go. Well done, Chris. Oh well. And there's still about 4 hours of daylight to go. It's a shame they're not bigger, but there you go. Well, it's nice that Chris has got his codling at last. I don't know what this is. Come on. So tricky getting them through that last wave. Oh. Another cod, I think. Yep. Lovely. That's our 6th cod of the day. That was on rag, Chris. That was on rag. Yep. What, slack liner? It's getting a bit uncomfortable out here, isn't it? It's getting a bit uncomfortable. Wind with tide. Is that on fresh black lug again? Yeah. Haven't seen it yet, Chris. No, it's a cod. It's a cod. You got your mojo back now. Beautifully hooked. Well done. So how many's that we got? 7? I think it's 7, isn't it? It's alright, isn't it? Well, it's turning into a great little codling session, really. I can't say the fishing's easy. There's a big swell out there, the rods are bouncing around in the rest. There's weed out there. And we're having to cast sort of inside the weed, which is about sort of 80 yards out. But the cod are really relatively close. It's just going up to 3 o'clock, so we've got about half an hour to low. Ooh, see, is that a fish or is that? I don't know. Let's just tighten that up a bit. Just a wave, I think. But when we've had slack, the rod's bounced and then you've just got 10 yards of slack sort of drifting down the beach, so they've been quite easy to see. Well, a couple of hours left probably of our session. It's pretty well dead on low water now. Whoa. You've got to be so careful of that. Fish. Could be wrong. It's gone down tide. Yep. Another cod. They keep coming. They're all the same stamp, aren't they? I tell you what, if some of these survive next year, they're going to be beauties. They're fit fish, aren't they? That's beautifully hooked. Yep, very nice. What have we got here then? Yeah, I don't know what it is, Chris. Get him off that ledge. Come on. Would you believe it? Another bloody cod. I think that's 10 now we've had. Blimey. We've kept a few, but you can't keep them all. He's quite small, that one, and he's in size, but he's away. Loads of slack on that one. Yeah, he's in. Wind's just dropping a bit, which is lovely. We haven't got much longer left. It's been a fantastic little session. Get him over that. Feels like a reasonable fish. Blimey. Another codling. Bloody hell. That's just stupid. It's been a while since I've caught this many codling in a session. Hopefully he's not badly hooked and he can go back. Bloody hell. Blimey. Oh. You know what, that's me done. I've had enough. What a session. I'm going to call that a day, I think. Very skillfully done.
Not like a fish back there.
Well guys, that's just about it for me and Chris. It's about 5 o'clock. I'm exhausted. And what a day. What can I say? Just everything came right today. The fishing's got a bit tricky in the afternoon, but all in all, you know, murky sea, onshore winds, and the cod were in feeding. So, yeah, great day. They're not all like that, unfortunately. Anyway, thanks very much for watching, and hope to see you again soon. So tight lines everyone, stay safe, cheers.